We start off with the big story coming out of West Asia. Iran has now elected its new president. Ultra-conservative cleric Ebrahim Raisi takes over the second highest office in Iran. Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei has offered his congratulatory messages to his protege and the president-elect, calling it a victory over evil propaganda. He said, and I'm quoting now, "The great winner of yesterday's election is the Iranian nation because it has risen up once again in the face of the propaganda of the enemy's mercenary media." Raisi won over 60% of the votes polled and emerged victorious in the high-stakes race. A while ago, incumbent President Hassan Rouhani offered his congratulations to his successor. Listen in.
I congratulate my very dear brother, Mr. Ebrahim Raisi. He has a very heavy responsibility. I have no doubt that the people will support his legitimate government so that the interests can be best implemented and operationalized.
One of the things we will pursue in our government is for all people to play a role, especially the elites and experts.
Earlier in the day, the two contenders, Abdul Nasser Hemati and Mohsen Rezai, conceded defeat and offered their congratulations to the new president, Ebrahim Raisi. The 60-year-old turban-clad cleric will assume Iran's second highest office in August. His black turban signifies the descent from Prophet Muhammad. Before being elected as president, Raisi was in charge of several important offices, one of them being the Chief Justice. He undoubtedly was the establishment's pick. Raisi is a close ally of the Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Some even say that he is in line to be the successor to Khamenei. During his campaign, Raisi vowed to combat poverty and crack down on corruption once he assumes office. Raisi is all set to take over the presidential office at a very critical time. The entire world is closely monitoring developments in Iran, coming at a time when there have been attempts to salvage the nuclear deal with major powers and free itself from punishing U.S. sanctions that have driven a sharp economic downturn. Let's break this down further for you. Joining us on the broadcast is David Patrikarakos, who is a political analyst. Thanks very much, David, for being here with us. What does the leadership of Ebrahim Raisi mean for Iranians? His agenda includes cracking down on poverty, corruption. How exactly would he manage to do that?
Well, I think cracking down on corruption is going to be a bit of a thankless task. And given that he is part of the inner circle of the Islamic Republic, from where much of that corruption stems, I suspect this is just lip service. The importance of this election is twofold. First of all, those around, the Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei and those around him have put their man in control. They've got their man in charge. The second thing, and this is arguably more important, Raisi is such a controversial figure. He is the man most closely associated with the massacre of political prisoners in 1988. By clearing the way for him, they are sending a message to Iranians and to the world that we don't care. We are going to go our own way. It's a very clear signal that has come from this election.
Let me also ask you what this change of guard means for the region. Particularly, how should India be viewing this change in leadership?
Well, this is going to mean, let us not forget again, as you said in your excellent intro here, Raisi is not the leader. Ali Khamenei is the leader. He's the second most powerful person now. But what I would suspect, and we can never tell, but this is very much a hardline position. So I think India can expect an Iran that continues to be regionally assertive, that continues to act in Syria, that continues to act in Lebanon, that continues especially to act in Iraq. This is very much the Islamic Republic, the hardcore of the Islamic Republic, the Islamic Revolutionary Guards Corps Islamic Republic, saying we are going our own way. We now have our own men, both as Supreme Leader and as Iranian President.
Right, David, leaving it there for the moment. Thanks very much for sharing those perspectives and your time here. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.